Hello Aries, I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com, and this is your weekly read for the week of the 14th to the 18th of June 2020. I hope you're doing well. If you'd like, it's the weekend when I'm publishing this, and so it means that I've got a half price reading sale on at the moment, and so this weekend it's on my biggest block reading. So if you want to know what your biggest block is, so that's your biggest resistance, the biggest way that you're holding yourself back from the things that you want in your life, where it originated from, so who taught it you or what you went through for it to be born inside of you, that block, and more importantly, how to release it, then you're going to want to book in for one of those. Now, they're 3 pages long. I get all of my readings out within 24 hours if you're booking them. I'll put a link to book in for one of them up there in the corner of the screen, also in the description box of this video. And if YouTube isn't showing you either of those, which it doesn't seem to be for many people these days, then you can always check it out on my website, behealing.com. There's a link to it every weekend on my website there, behealing.com. So, Aries, that makes it 75 Australian dollars this weekend instead of 150 Australian dollars, which is about 50 American dollars, just to let you know. And Aries, also, I've got a competition going on at the moment. And so I bought this new bag for my cards, for my reading cards this week. And while I was transferring the cards over from one bag to the other, I took the opportunity to count them. And so now I know how many cards I've got. I thought it'd be fun for you to guess how many cards. So the first person to guess the right number of cards that are in this bag will win a reading with me worth 150 Australian dollars. And so to enter into that competition, all you need to do is be a subscriber to my YouTube channel, click like on a video, and then leave a comment on it with your guess of the number. Now, just one guess per video, please. But you can guess as many times as you like. I upload like about 40 videos a week, so we've got 40 guesses each week. Someone will win it pretty quick, I think, with that amount of guesses. So there you go, Aries. What have you got going on this week? Let's find out. It's very windy today. It's hard to make these videos with my hair blowing all over the place, with the wind blowing on the microphone and distorting it. But we're getting through. And we've got weird energies this week. And so the weather and this wind and this difficulty making it is kind of a sign, it's what's going on. There was a big iguana ran past before as well. Massive, massive lizard, which is good. Exciting. What have you got going on this week, Aries? Let's have a look. You've got romance and connection. So this week, you could be moving ahead with relationships. A focus on relationships this week for you, making connections with new people. So this could be someone new coming into your life with that romantic connection, maybe a soulmate, maybe not, maybe twin flame, maybe not. We attract all kinds of people for romantic relationships, and a lot of the time, most of the time, we're only ready for lesson relationships. We've got more to learn, and so don't be hung up on the soulmate thing. Don't be hung up on the twin flame thing, because it's very rare in our lives that we're ever ready for that kind of a relationship. We're usually just learning, and so that's why I changed my soulmate relationships. You might have noticed. You might have had one of those from me, but they used to be about your steps to bringing in your soulmate, but then I would talk about your soulmate, your twin flame too. And then my guys told me not to do that anymore and said, no, talk about the next relationship instead, because, it's all pie in the sky when you're talking about soulmates and when you're talking about twin flames, because there's so many people that aren't ready for that. And a lot of people and a lot of your customers, they're just waiting for the one and they're missing the relationships. It's like trying to skip to graduation when you've only just started school. They've got to be in these lesson relationships. And that's what I'm getting for you this week, is that you've got someone new coming in. It's a romantic connection, but it might not be a soulmate. It might not be a twin flame. For most of you, it won't be. But you need to get into it anyway. We brought these people for a reason, for a season, not forever. And that's okay. That's okay. You're allowed to learn things in relationships. There's some things that you have to learn in relationships. Like going to school, we can't just learn everything from a book when we go to school. We actually do practical things at school to learn. We apply it, right? Same with relationships. There's some things that we only learn in relationships, like some emotional stuff we can only learn inside of a relationship. There's some skills, relationship skills we can only learn inside of relationships. So we need to do it within those relationships. And you got this rest and growth card. Now, what I'm picking up from this, Aries, is that you've been doing a lot of inner work. You're one of those. I've got a lot of clients like that. We go through these phases, right? Of spending a lot of time by ourselves, doing a lot of inner work, going within, doing it all inside of ourselves. It takes us so far. It takes us so far. It's a good thing to do, because if you're doing all of your lessons within romantic relationships, that's a lot of baggage you're picking up as well. That's a lot of like more stuff that you've got to release from that. And so if you're doing a lot of the inner work yourself, you're doing really well, Aries. But this is saying, okay, shift your focus now. It's practical time. You've been learning from a book. You've been learning from inside of yourself. Now it's time to get out there and put it into practice. So give it a rest. The inner growth thing, give it a rest and actually do something. Get into a relationship, learn something, see how far you've got with your healing, that kind of thing. Time to take action this week. Awesome. Sounds good to me, Aries. Let's see. What else have you got going on? Okay. You got the jealousy card and you got the release guilt card. So this is relationship stuff that's coming up. No wonder you need to get out there and get into relationships again, because there's this stuff that needs dealing with. Of course, you can't learn jealousy out of a book. You can't release it when you're alone, can you? Same with guilt too. These things crop up when we're in relationships. These emotions pop up when we're in relationships. And so this could be showing up for you straight away, as in the start of a new relationship, if you've got a relationship that's just started off, or if you're meeting someone new this week, or you've recently got into a relationship. This stuff, guilt and jealousy, could show pretty early on. And that's a good thing. It's like a practical lesson, of what you've got going on inside of you. As I said, things that you can't learn by yourself or you can't learn from a book, you've got to do these things. It's emotional things, right? Jealousy and guilt, it's emotional things. We have to feel it. We've got to experience it. We've got to realize what it reminds of us, when we've felt this before, where it's coming from, why we're reacting so much to that thing that's happened, or that what that person's done, why we're making it mean that. I remember being in a relationship, and it seems really needy now when I look back, but if my partner would like leave the bed to go and lay down on the lounge or something, I don't know if I snore, if I don't know what reason it would be for, but it used to upset me so much. And that was because it related back to an old partner that I had that used to kind of abandon me in bed. Used to go off and do something else, would go out or something. So I'd go around to see him, and then I'd stay over, and then I'd wake up in the night, he wouldn't be there, and he'd gone clubbing or something like that. It used to make me feel terrible being abandoned in bed like that. And yeah, and so I was reacting to it in this with this new partner, just him, like, going anywhere in the night. I'd be like, oh, that really triggers me, don't do that. And so these things, they come up for us to heal that past stuff and to look at where it came from. So those gnarly emotions that are coming up inside of you this week, to do with these new relationships that you're in, or any friendships, any kind of relationships it could be, just take a look at all of those, because there's some healing to do, some emotional healing to do. Could be from your past. Could be to do with this biggest block stuff as well that's come up. What else, Aries? Oh, yeah. This is this is the universe saying it wants to love you. You've got I am heard and warmth. The universe wants to love you. This is why this stuff's going on. It wants you to be loved more in relationships, and it wants to love you more through relationships. It's saying it's heard your yearnings, Aries, for more love, for better relationships and more love, and it wants to give that to you, and that's why all of this is going on. So all of these lessons, this emotional stuff that's coming on up this week is not to punish you or anything like that. It's because you need to learn this stuff, to let go of this stuff, to have even better relationships, to get that love that you want, the heartwarming stuff that you want. The universe wants to love you, and it wants to pour that love onto you this week. It wants you to have that love experience that you really want. So you're headed toward it. So you know how I said, Aries, that if this is a new relationship coming in for you this week, probably going to be a lesson relationship. It's probably not going to be a soulmate or a twin flame. This is why you're being prepared to get what you want. And so you need a lesson relationship for this jealousy, for this guilt to come up, for you to deal with all of that stuff, and maybe collect a bit of baggage, but not that much baggage, so that you are ready for the right one, so that you're ready for that soulmate, This is why we have lesson relationships. They're great for us. Really, they're great for us. So you are being led. You have been heard. The universe knows what you want in a love relationship. You're being moved toward it. Beautiful. So Taurus and Aries, we're the winners this week because the rest of the signs have had pretty gnarly readings. But Aries and Taurus have been good. So if you like this reading, please hit like and subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment. What did you get out of that? Add in your comment how many cards you think are in this bag as well for your chance to win. If you'd like to book in for one of those biggest block readings, there'll be a link around about there. And have an awesome week, Aries. I'll see you next time. Bye.